Missy Lane here at the Oosterhout Free Library, and it's time for another story time. And you know what other time I think it is? I think it's pumpkin time. And that's our first story that we're going to read today. It's called It's Pumpkin Time, and it is written by Zoe Hall and illustrated by Sherry Halpern, and it is published by Scholastic. So here we see, looks like somebody's getting ready to do, what do you think they're getting ready to do? We see a watering can, a shovel, a smaller little spade or shovel. Maybe they're going to plant something. And what do you think they're going to plant? Let's find out. All summer long, my brother and I get ready for our favorite holiday. Can you guess what that is? Did you guess? It's Halloween! Yay! And can you guess what we do to get ready? She's holding a pack of seeds, and it looks like they're going to plant a jack-o'-lantern patch. First thing to do, I turn the soil with the shovel, and then my brother uses the spade to dig narrow rows, just 1 inch deep. So they're digging up the ground, and now we drop in pumpkin seeds and cover them with the soil. Looks like the dog wants to help too. You think so? We water them and wait for the sun to warm them. And before long, the seeds grow tiny roots, and small green shoots poke up out of the ground. Look at that. Those little seeds are turning into little green shoots, and the shoots grow and grow into vines. And those vines, wow, they grow longer and longer. Did you know that pumpkins need a lot of room to grow? They do. They make big, long vines. Every week we water them, and we pull up the weeds. Oh, there's that puppy. He's helping too. Actually, I think he's getting a drink, isn't he? All the plants get watered, so does he. And pretty soon we see buds where flowers will bloom. The yellow flowers show where the pumpkins will grow. So pumpkins start out as flowers. At first, the pumpkins are green and tiny. See, they're just little round green pumpkins, but they don't look much like pumpkins yet. But they grow bigger. And bigger. And soon it is fall, and our great big pumpkins have changed color. They've changed from green to yellow. So they're not big orange pumpkins yet. First they're yellow. Well, first they're green, then they're yellow, and then they turn orange. There's a big orange pumpkin. Oh, 2 of them at least. Now they are ready to be picked. We have never grown such big pumpkins. Mom and Dad help us cut the pumpkins from the vines, and we gather them in a wheelbarrow to take them home. Wow, that's a lot of big pumpkins. It's Halloween at last. We draw faces on our pumpkins, and Mom and Dad help us cut them, and then hollow them out and light candles inside. See that? First they drew the face, then when adults go to cut out the face. Now they are jack-o'-lanterns. This is one of my favorites. Can you guess what we do next? It's Halloween. What do you think they're going to do next? We put on our costumes. It's time for trick or treat. Is the dog getting a costume? I think he is. He's getting something to wear. Let's see. Oh, that's the end of our story. Happy Halloween. Oh, look at the faces on those pumpkins. And there's everybody in their costumes. I see a ghost in the middle. And, oh, I think the little girl has kitty cat ears. And the puppy, he's got a nice red bandana. I'm not sure what he's supposed to be. And that's the, oh, let's take a look at this page. This shows us how that pumpkin seed grew, right? We put in just the seed, and then that makes a little root, and that root gets bigger, and it gets bigger, and before you know it, it pushes its way up it. You see it up on the ground, and from there it grows and grows into big vines with lots of pumpkins. Isn't that fun? Well, I have a little rhyme about pumpkins, and it goes like this. Pumpkins that are already carved, because first they're pumpkins, and then when you put a face on, we call them, what do we call them then? Do you know? We call them jack-o'-lanterns, right? Well, this is a jack-o'-lantern. And what do you think how do you think he feels? You think he's crying? Do you think he's mad at somebody? No, I don't think so. I think he looks happy, don't you? What about this one? What would you say about this one? Is this one happy? Oh, I don't think so. I even see a little teardrop there. Oh, I think he's sad. We have another one. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what this one is, but I think I need a nap. I think he does too. He's a sleepy jack-o'-lantern. And the next one, oh, I'd stay away from this one. Oh, he looks like he's feeling a little bit mad. You think so? That's what I think. And those are our jack-o'-lanterns. Now we have a little rhyme to say about them, and it goes like this. This is jack-o'-lantern happy, and this is jack-o'-lantern sad. This is jack-o'-lantern sleepy. And this is jack-o'-lantern mad. Now this is a jack-o'-lantern in pieces small. And you know what? When you take that jack-o'-lantern, bake it into a pumpkin pie, that's the best jack-o'-lantern of all. Doesn't that pie look good? You see a little whipped cream in the middle? Yummy. So, if you've never had pumpkin pie, you'll have to try some because it's a yummy thing to have. Okay, let's try another book. Now, our first book was about some children that grew their own pumpkin in their backyard. But if you don't grow them in your backyard, if you forget to plant the seeds or you don't have enough room to grow one, you might have to go out and get a pumpkin somewhere, right? And that's what this story's about. It's called Pumpkin Day. And it's about some children going to pick out a pumpkin. And it's written by Candace Ransom, illustrated by Erica Meza, and it is published by Random House. So here we are, getting ready to go on a trip to the pumpkin patch. Sunny day, pack a lunch. Oh, he's got a big bag there. What is he bringing for lunch? A big basket. In the treetops, squirrels munch. They got their lunch right there, right? Up in the trees, watching the car go by. Scarecrow waves, open the latch, through the gate to the pumpkin patch. You see the scarecrow waving at them? And they're headed into the pumpkin patch. Bumpy cart, ponies run, baby goats have all the fun. Oh boy, ponies are running, and baby goats, what are they doing? They're playing in the leaves, right? In a pile of leaves. Cornfields here, red barn there. See the corn growing on the farm? Big barn, and then pumpkins, pumpkins everywhere. Oh, nice big field of pumpkins. Jump right in, the orange sea. Like jumping into the sea, but it's all orange because it's all pumpkins. Giant pumpkin just for me. Oh, look at, he's got his eye on that great big one. I don't think he could carry it. Uh-oh. rolling ball. Watch it go. Thump, thump, thump. And then it's rolling down the hill. What's going to happen? And then, uh-oh, those baby goats that were having so much fun. All of a sudden, a pumpkin comes rolling into their leaf pile. So they run away. Oh, you found yours. What a prize. Well, little pumpkin is more my size. He's the little brother, so he gets the smaller pumpkin. Now, take a spoon and scoop out the goo. If you've ever opened up a pumpkin, there's lots of gooey stuff in there. And there's some pumpkin seeds too, though, don't forget. Now, oh, make a face. Yikes! Looks like you. She's trying to match her pumpkin face. She's doing a pretty good job, isn't she? On our porch, yellow light, ready for this spooky night. And it looks like there's some kids in costumes, and there's the pumpkins all ready for them. Now the orange moon in the sky is big and round, just like a pumpkin pie. And that's the end of Pumpkin Day. So whether you grow a pumpkin in your yard or you decide to go get one from a pumpkin patch, you can get one that way. Well, I happen to have, you may have noticed behind me, there's a couple different pumpkins. And we're going to look at these little ones. Let's see how many we have. Just the little ones we're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I happen to know a rhyme about 5 little pumpkins. Maybe you know it too. If you do, you can say it with me. If not, it's easy to learn. And it goes like this. We'll use our fingers to be the 5 pumpkins. 5 little pumpkins were sitting on a gate. The first one said, "Oh my, it's getting late." The second one said, "There are witches in the air." The third one said, "But we don't care." The fourth one said, "Let's run, let's run." The fifth one said, "It's Halloween fun." Then, ooh, went the wind, and out went the lights, and those 5 little pumpkins rolled out of sight. Whee! There they go. Rolled away. Oh, they're still there. That's okay. We have one more story, and this is one of my very favorite Halloween stories, and it's hiding right over here. And it is called, oh, and speaking of hiding, there's a pumpkin hiding behind the book. This is called Big Pumpkin. And it is written by Erica Silverman, and it is illustrated by S.D. Schindler, and it is published by Macmillan. Now, let's see. We see a witch. She's looking at a book. And I can just about see it says that book is a catalog to buy some seeds. So she must be planning to plant something. What do you think she's going to plant? Can you guess? Oh, and just like in our other book, we see a watering can and a shovel and a pack of seeds. Well, once there was a witch. And she wanted to make a pumpkin pie. So she planted pumpkin seeds. And she weeded and watered that garden. And after a while, a little sprout poked through the ground. And then a pumpkin grew. And it grew. And it grew. And it grew some more. Oh, wait till you see this pumpkin. Look at the pumpkin that she grew. I think she only grew one, but that's enough, right? Pretty soon, it was Halloween, and the pumpkin was ready. The witch thought about that pumpkin pie, and so she went out to the pumpkin patch, and she bent down and decided to cut the pumpkin from the vine. Well, she grabbed hold of that pumpkin, and she pulled, and she tugged, and she pulled, and first she pulled hard, and then she pulled harder, but the pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the witch. Well, just then, along comes a ghost, and the ghost says, "Ooh, that's a big pumpkin." "Yes, it's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine," said the witch. and she kicked the pumpkin. "Well, I'm bigger and stronger than you. Here, let me try." Said the witch. But she let the ghost try. So the ghost grabbed hold of the pumpkin, and he pulled, and he tugged, and he pulled some more, but the pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the ghost. Then along comes a vampire. And the vampire says, "Oh, that's a big pumpkin." "Yes," said the witch, "it's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine." "Well," said the vampire, "I'm bigger and stronger than both of you. Here, let me try." Said the witch and the ghost. But they let the vampire try. He grabbed hold of that pumpkin, and he pulled, and he tugged, and he pulled. First he pulled hard, then he pulled harder, but the pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the vampire. Who should come along next but a mummy? And the mummy looked at that pumpkin and said, "Ooh, that's a big pumpkin." "Yes," said the witch, "it's big and it's mine, but it's stuck on the vine." "Well," said the mummy, "I'm bigger and stronger than all of you. Here, let me try." Said the witch and the ghost and the vampire. But they thought about that pumpkin pie, and so they stepped aside. And the mummy grabbed hold of that pumpkin and pulled and tugged and tugged and pulled. And first he pulled hard, and then he pulled harder. But the pumpkin just sat. "Drat," said the mummy. Well, guess who came along next? A little tiny bat. Can you see that little bat? And the bat looked at the pumpkin and said, "Ooh, that's a big pumpkin." Well, the witch didn't say a word. She just looked at the ghost and rolled her eyes, and the ghost looked at the vampire, and the vampire looked at the mummy, and they all looked at the little bat, and they all started to laugh. Little bat, what could he do? "Well," said the bat, "I may not be as big as you, and I may not be as strong, but I have an idea." Well, the bat told them what to do. They all said, but they decided they may as well give it a try. So this was the bat's idea. Why doesn't the witch grab hold of the pumpkin? The ghost grabbed the witch. The vampire grabbed the ghost. The mummy grabbed the vampire. And the little bat will grab the mummy. And together they will all pull. And that's just what they did. They grabbed hold of that pumpkin, and they pulled, and they tugged, and they pulled. And first they pulled hard, and then they pulled harder, and then, snap! Off came the pumpkin. "Oh, drat," said the witch. And whoosh flew the pumpkin through the air. And it started to roll, thumpity, 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 thump, and landed thud right in front of the witch's front door. Well, excuse me. The witch ran down the hill, followed by the ghost and the vampire and the mummy and the bat. And hooray for the bat, they all said. She went into the house, and she made the biggest pumpkin pie ever. Look how big that pumpkin pie is. And everybody got a piece of pumpkin pie and celebrated Halloween together. And after they had all left, wow, this was a great party, they said. But after they left, the witch decided to save some of those pumpkin seeds so that next year she could grow another big pumpkin. And that's a story of Big Pumpkin. Excuse me. Would you like to make some big pumpkins? I think that would be a good idea. What you can do, I drew a couple of them here. I'll show you first of all how easy it is, and I think you might even know. Pumpkin basically is kind of a round shape, right? Now, I just used 3 crayons. I used an orange crayon for my pumpkin, although pumpkins do come in different colors sometimes, and drew a nice big orange circle. And actually, this one isn't really much of a circle, is it? It's more what I'd call an oval. I don't know if you can even see it. You see it? And then colored it in, all orange. I mean, I'm just going to color it really fast, fast, fast. You can do a much better job, I'm sure. But so we have a nice round orange pumpkin, well, oval orange pumpkin, and I put a little green stem on top because most pumpkins have stems on them. Oh, can you see? I'll just color that in really fast too. We won't be too fancy right now. This is just to give you an idea. And like I say, I bet you know how to draw a pumpkin. But there he is. Now, we have to give him a face if we're going to make our pumpkin a jack-o'-lantern. That's where it gets tricky. What kind of face do you want to make on your pumpkin? Well, our basic face, usually when you see pumpkins, they look kind of like that one over in the corner. Do you see him? What shape are the eyes usually? They're usually shaped like, anybody know? Triangles, right? We color in his eye and color in this one. Again, I'm just going to rush it. So, okay, so we got triangle eyes. And often the nose matches the eyes. You ever notice that? So that's another triangle. And then for the face, the face, it's all the face, right? For the mouth, we could give him a nice big smile, sort of like a piece of a moon. And if you want to give him a couple teeth in there, you could do that. And then color in around the teeth so you can see them. And this is a really messy pumpkin. But you get the idea, right? Now what if, remember that little rhyme we did with those pumpkins with all kinds of faces? What if we didn't want a happy pumpkin? You might want a sad pumpkin. And what might you do differently to make them sad? You see one thing that's really different? Look at that mouth. See the difference? Look, even the eyes. Okay, well, let's make different eyes just for a change. We'll do some round eyes. And another round eye. Okay. I'll stick with the triangle nose. But now he's sad. So to make him sad, the mouth goes down, not up. And to show really how sad he is, maybe a little teardrop. Oh, poor sad pumpkin. What if we want to make our pumpkin mad? Remember that one that was really looking mad? Well, let's find him. Where is he? I have him here. Nope, I think this is him. Yeah. He does not look happy. Now, he has different shaped eyes and that. His eyes can be any shape. They could be triangles, they could be round, and still look mad. But let's make the eyes, I'll do sort of a half, I don't know. Yeah, I'll do like a half circle. How's that? We'll do them like this and like that. Like half of a circle. And I'll just do a round nose again. But now to show he's really mad, his face turns down. And you know what else makes him really look mad? He almost looks sad there, but to make him look really mad, let's give him some mean-looking eyebrows. Did you say he's mad now? Yeah, I think so. And, oh, let's try our sleepy friend. Where is he? There's our sleepy guy. What's different about him? His eyes look sort of closed, and he looks like, oh, pardon me, like he's yawning, right? So let's do, let's do an eye that's, yeah, let's do an eye something like this. Looks almost like an eyebrow, but you could do it anyway. You could do it round, you could do a triangle, but we'll do it like that. Let's go back to our triangle-shaped nose. Now for Sleepy, he's yawning, so when you yawn, your mouth opens wide, doesn't it? Oh. There he is, yawning. It could almost be screaming there, right? It could be like yelling something really loud. Did you notice this one? We could see a little hand, like, you know, when you yawn, oh, you go like that. So maybe we'll give him a little hand right here. I'll just do a couple fingers. Like can you see that? So, anyway, you could make all kinds of jack-o'-lanterns. You can make them happy, sad, mad. You can make them with, oh, I think I lost some of mine. Make them with triangle eyes, round eyes, square eyes, any shape you like, diamond shape maybe, half circles, little. So why don't you do that? Try that and find some paper. If you have some crayons, draw some jack-o'-lanterns. Make all different kinds. A whole family. Okay. Those are all our stories for today. Our pumpkin story time is over. I hope you had some fun. Come down to the Oosterhout Free Library. Get some great pumpkin books and others too. We have lots of books here and other fun things. Come and visit us. And until we see you again. Bye-bye.